I'm gonna share like seven mistakes that the sales leaders are running into and you should avoid. I'm gonna make it super quick and short. Let's dive in. Okay. So be responsive. Please be responsive, right? Because if you're not responding to the messages of your team, they feel that you don't care about them, right? And if you stack the unresponded messages and you keep them in your vault or whatever, and you don't update, you don't reinforce them that you are working with them, etc., you're just making an image of yourself like, I don't know, you don't care, you, you can ignore them like without addressing them and yada yada. So just be responsive. One thing that I did when I was a sales leader is if I can if I can't answer and and it is a complex thing, I told and I shared the time frame of when I'm gonna get back. Well, hell yeah, brother, it's gonna put you a little bit under the pressure, right? And you well depends, right? And you should be accountable to that dates and postponing that or making sure that that happens and you respond. But that's a two-way communication partnership that you should possibly stick to, right? The second thing, transparency and clarity on who's getting the leads, appointments, I don't know, opportunities, whatever. The worst thing that you can do with the sales rep is like just leave them in unknown. 99% of the people is going to fail because they don't know what to do. Because if they would know what to do, they would be already freaking building the businesses, right? They wouldn't try to figure it out in your company if they wouldn't have like a different goals. So if you don't give them the clarity, most probably they will don't know what to do. If there's no clarity on who gets the leads or appointments, well, guess what's happening in the brains of the people? Maybe there's some favoritism going on. Well, maybe somebody's in the better conditions. If you haven't defined it, well, if you haven't defined it, right? Doesn't matter how good or bad it is until it is defined and you can present it to your team. 3, share the truth, even if it's ugly, right? Especially if it's related to the people leaving the company, right? For new people coming to the sales team, seeing somebody leave, and if they're new, well, it might look strange, but for somebody that's already aged in the sales, they'll already understand that. No big explanations. Well, obviously, there's the questions when the good salespeople is leaving the company, and what is the reasons why they do. I wouldn't definitely shovel that under the rug. But what's most intriguing, right, and strange when leadership of the company leaves the business, and if you are not sharing and telling what actually happened, I am pretty sure that the people are gonna think of their own reasons of why that happened. And I am not sure that you even want them to think about like 100 different reasons, because uncertainty is more frightening than a certainty, even if it's freaking ugly, right? Number 4, one-on-ones. Spend the time with your team. Your team produces the results for you and brings you the salary. I know it's freaking tiring, right? When you have like more than 8 people on the team, when there are so many people that you should meet with, right? But that's up to you to figure it out. If you can't do it once a week, do it bi-weekly. I don't care. Do it monthly, but meet with the people on your team. Otherwise, I'm not sure if you're the leader, right? If you can't spend even like 15 minutes with somebody on your team to listen to them and find a way in how you can help them. Or even if you can't help them, well, even show the care, right? Some people is going to be fine with that. Okay. Number 5, don't praise yourself in the chat. I've seen multiple attempts like this and it just looks strange. You coming into the chat Chad, beating the fist in your chest and saying, "Hey, like this guy came in, I did this and that, and now suddenly he's such a great person," tagging the owners of the business. What happens with your status when you do it? Right? Number 6, I feel that if you need the top salespeople recognition and them suddenly telling to the whole sales team that you are a cool man who can actually teach how to sell, this is your status again drops, because you haven't trained, if you haven't trained those people into the performance of where they are, they all of that is just BS. And obviously, I know sometimes, and I was in the management, right? Sometimes think you're like pretty smart, like just showing it from like a good angle, right? But sometimes you're just making it even worse. So just try to stay away from that. And if you can't show it with the numbers, well, like think of a different perspective on how to improve your team. So the numbers and the results speak about what you've done, not like you trying to own the results of that person's previous work and the knowledge and the pathway that they went through to tell how cool you are to the whole team, right? The 7th thing, the last one, don't shovel the things under the rug, right? Once again, I already told, like, have spoken about, like, if things is ugly, well, just sometimes it's better to be honest, right? So, and the worst thing that you can run into is announce a competition for the sales team, right? Everything's going to be good. So there's a prizes, right? Everything is huge and great. This is what needs to be done, right? We play around with it like for a week or two. Suddenly, it's gone. Strange, right? How trustworthy is somebody that announced something and then haven't done it? What would you do? Okay. So these are like 7 mistakes I would love you to exclude and think about, like what you shouldn't do and what you should. And if you've been a part of the sales team or you have a sales team, write in the comments your number 1 rule, the thing that you are avoiding, or if you are a salesperson that you don't want to see in your leadership, right? That's it for today. See you in the next video. Just finished editing the video, and the thing that I wanted to highlight in the pinpoint, and that's something that I'm learning right now. It's not sometimes you should be honest and truthful, but always. Always gonna serve you at the highest level to be honest, transparent, truthful with what you feel and what happens. So if you watch till the very end, I hope you're gonna get the message.